This video is for adult collectors. Hi everyone, this is a video review of the Transformers masterpiece, MP60 Ginrai. That's right, you can buy Ginrai, the cab by itself, separately from the masterpiece Super Ginrai set. And now I'm going to show you guys all the sides of the box, as I usually do at the start of my toy reviews. Let's see. Here, on the back, we see some great pictures of Ginrai in both of his modes in various poses. And you can see this also comes with the Ginrai Power Master figure, just like the one in the Super Ginrai set. Just a figure, not the statue. And this corner, this picture shows you everything this Ginrai comes with. Anyways, other than talk about the picture, just going to open this up, show you guys what's actually inside. There's a QR code. I guess you can scan it. I don't care for it. There's some Japanese around it. I don't yet. And like I said, there's the smaller Ginrai figure in the upper left corner. Two blast effect parts, just like the ones we got with Super Ginrai, and two of the smaller guns we got with Super Ginrai as well. It comes with instructions. The front looks different from the art of the Super Ginrai instructions. Let's see, different artworks. That's cool. He even comes with a different card, and cards mimic the art on the front of the instructions. They both seem to be about standard size cards. Same size as Pokemon and Magic cards. And we see they got different stats. Of course, Super Ginrai's have better stats than his base robot mode. All right, let's get stuff out. Already checked out how cool the Ginrai cab actually is. My Super Ginrai review. Oops, got this Power Master. This is actually from the Super Ginrai set. Let's check out this one also and see what are the differences between this one and the one Super Ginrai comes with. I hope I have a better time transforming him this review, since I already transformed the other Ginrai cab. My Super Ginrai review twice. One person in the comments even noticed I was confused and said I should practice more before doing the review. This is the Ginrai figure that was in the upper left corner of the tray. Compared to Ginrai's actual body, came with the Super Ginrai set. The MP61 uses a darker red. Also see some areas are unpainted. Head cannon is the left one. Is Haikyuu, Power Master Optimus Prime's partner from Marvel Comics. The right one is Ginrai, because Haikyuu's got these blue lights, referring to those blue dots. And Ginrai has yellow ones. You can just fold this up, same way as the other one. Flip both feet up. Get the legs around the back. place this unit on the front of the cab. So I looked over the instructions. There doesn't seem to be any way to store these guns to the cab. They're supposed to go on the trailer. Or try. Yep. Effect parts to fit. See how well they go in, which I haven't tried in my Super Ginrai review. These seem to be painted to resemble cartoon blast effects, which is weird, seeing as how this Ginrai is colored to resemble the original toy, while the Super Ginrai set, his colors were based on the anime. There isn't much difference between this cab and the one from the Super Ginrai set. The only difference you'll see is in cab mode, these lights aren't yellow. Only look underneath, you'll see another difference. These yellow and red knees. Aside from those, the two are completely identical. This is the standard G1 Optimus Prime truck mode cab. One notable difference is he only has one back wheel. Reminds me of animated Optimus Prime, which coincidentally had Power Master upgrade planned in Season 4 of Animated. Unfortunately, that was canceled. Fortunately, we got the DK54 upgrade kit that mixes the look of that Power Master upgrade and the Wing Blade upgrade from the end of Transformers Animated Season 3. Without further ado, let's transform Ginrai. Robot modes, what you're probably more interested in. First, get off the Power Master. Doesn't fall off during transformation. Comes off very easily. So I'm gonna sit this down, and probably more interested in robot mode because you see a lot more of the different paint jobs between the two cabs. This up will help you arms out. Just gonna try prying them out. It worked, so I'll do the same with the other side. Oops, I kept this panel flipped in. I'm surprised it still fits. Whole arm still fits in truck mode. Anyways, you are going to keep this other panel flipped up here. The head, this around. All right, so the arms are the most difficult part. Like I said, I've done this before, so I hope it's better this time. So before getting the die cast for the cab in on the back, first I would flip these out, and the instructions say to put the back of the cab, the front of the cab on the back of robot mode first, but I prefer to flip these little pieces out. This little silver piece down here. Same thing with the other one. I don't know, it's getting in the way this time. Just flip that silver piece forward. Then bring the front of the vehicle mode more in, also getting the head down over it. Tap in. Tap to get the then next part of transformation for the upper body is to get these arms into position. Also get this tab into the slot here. That's the most difficult part of the arms. That everything else should be obvious. Right. Then you want to untab the front skirt from these tabs here. It looks like they don't stay in while transforming Ginrai. So you want to bring these skirts up. You want to separate the legs because these side skirts tab into the front skirts. Separate the legs. Well, I think it'd be easier if I just bring these forward. First, you want to tap this. Then these pieces in. Pull the feet out all the way. Just flip these forward. It's the sort of thing I forget about later. The legs are obviously not in the right position yet, so these go down, so our ratchet joints. Yeah. Oops. These silver pieces went back in somehow. I prefer to keep, I don't prefer to keep the waist, the side flaps out. Normally prefer the front part lifted up a bit to allow for more range of movement. The hand out. I just realized the silver parts weren't all the way out. You should hear a nice sound once they're flipped all the way forward. The other hand out, and we're done. Now to go over his articulation, and this is something I missed in my Super Ginrai review. His head can look up due to the transformation joint. It's not a ball joint like we're used to seeing with mainline transformers, so that's why I missed it. And we got shoulder articulation in the arm, which is always good, but you also get this movement up here, and this is actually tight. I wish the Studio Series Ultra Magnus or that Brave Transformers 1 Optimus had a shoulder hinge that tight, but you do get the ratchet joint in the arm anyway, which I always prefer. Of course, that butterfly joint, of course, you need to make sure it's tapped in. Make sure it's working correctly, I guess. Elbow can bend all the way. Bicep swivel. Wrist swivel. Fingers can open up and tab the guns into the hand. side to side to side, movement, abs. You can also move this forward. It's actually part of the transformation instructions, but you'll notice move the this part back. There's an extra ab crunch joint in here, so you can just move this forward, and you can actually see this moving up. Be warned, this doesn't crunch back, even though it looks like it might, and you'll actually see this ratchet part of this gear here will go all the way down once I got the ab straight. And it's got, you can drop the leg down. It's kind of weird because it goes backward, not forward. So I'm used to seeing with joints similar to this, the leg movement. Aside from the leg, the drop down joint can move back, forward that much, go to the side. You already saw the waist swivel, the transformation, doing the thigh. This much. It's got a double bend, so just need to apply some force to get this to bend. Then you can, Ginrai can bend this much, and obviously then we got ankle pivot and tilt. Comparing the two, aside from the yellow knees I mentioned earlier, the belt on MP60 is not colored all the way. I can see more yellow here, and on MP60. The one from the Super Ginrai set doesn't have the silver stripe next to the grill. They got different colored eyes. The Autobot symbol actually done better on Toy Accurate one than the one from Super Ginrai. Of the two, I prefer the Super Ginrai one. Fortunately, MP60's joints don't feel as tight as the one from Super Ginrai. You also got this here, which I guess isn't super bad. It's kind of harder to do that with MPG9. Well, it could tilt this direction, but I'm struggling to get all the way down toward the left. So I don't like how the drop down joint keeps going down every time I try to play with MP60. So this is actually the figure I prefer to keep plugged into Super Ginrai. He's got the silver stripes that G1 Optimus Prime had in robot mode. Also, it's still got the tabs on the back. Yeah, this one. Fortunately, that same tab broke on the other side of my MPG9. Actually, still got the tab right here. Unfortunately, I don't need it. I'm not going to risk putting some super glue on the figure or messing it up just to get the tab on there. And I don't need or have to now that I got this figure. I think both cabs look great, and neither one looks more like G1 Optimus Prime than the other. Sure, you got the silver stripe here, but it doesn't have the yellow around his entire belt or the blue eyes. So it just comes down to if you want toy or anime accuracy for Ginrai himself. Obviously, the Super Ginrai set getting more bang for your buck. However, this figure remains great on its own. It's got a good heft to it. It's about the same size as Studio Series 86 Commander Optimus. He looks just as great as, he looks just as great as the cab from the Fans Hobby Power Baser set. And he's got great articulation too, fitting for a masterpiece level transformer. And he's got great accessories. Said earlier, I prefer to have this Ginrai plugged into the Super Ginrai combined mode. So now let's get Ginrai back into his cab mode, and from his cab mode, I'll be able to curl up his vehicle mode to fit into Super Ginrai. And even though I've done this transformation times, I'm not sure of the order of operations, so I know that getting this piece out, this is the only part that's die cast. The figure. Set out. The head down. Like I said, the arms is the hardest part of transformation. So you want to bend the elbow, then separate the bicep like so. And you want to get this piece down. Come on, before I do that, get the silver part back in here. Little red pieces here. They're just like simulate the sides of Optimus Ginrai's abdomen. So you want to turn this bicep swivel, which is a part I was struggling with in my Super Ginrai review. Right, so the chest looks like it's tilted toward the right. So get this chest back into position, and make the transformation easier too by turning the lower part of the body around. And you also want to get the other side of the arms tucked in too. Push this in. Then be careful with the front piece. It's die cast, sort of heavy. And you want to get this tab to the slot here. Start fitting in. Is there something I'm missing? No, I just need to try harder to push it in. These flaps up here. Let me get these. Everything in the front of the cab. Everything in the front of the cab pushed in. Everything's nice and secure. And then before I forget, these bits out. And obviously, I should push these legs together at some point, but these are the parts I tend to forget. Then move legs up while keeping that drop down joint up. You want to get this tab into the slot here. From here, I want to, and I guess it's obvious now. I get the wheel locked in here, and then it's kind of hard to see, but there's this tab here that goes into the crotch piece. Push that in. Once you got everything, again, get the front of the cab secure. Once all that's done, you just get the smokestacks here. Yeah, this should be fine. And then for the combined mode, you just curl this up. And everything else is supposed to stay in, like including this tab here. And these tabs are supposed to stay in. Just make sure. Just be careful with these tabs in the back, but you don't really need them. And whoops. All right, pop, grow back up. I'm gonna put the unit back in. You fit MP60 to Super Ginrai, just like the cab it comes with. Make sure it's all the way in. I want to make sure the smokestacks fit into the spaces here. And make sure nothing is colliding before try to push this in. All right, so I got the rims of the black wheels. This gray piece is over it, so I'm just going to push in. And you want to put this all the way in, or else the head won't fit on. So that the cab is practically almost flush with the top of Super Ginrai, or else the head is not going to stay on. And like I said, it feels almost flush. Yeah, I just pushed it in some more. Then you get Ginrai's, the actual Ginrai unit here. Unfortunately, this head has a tendency to pop out. Yeah, and I prefer to have MP60 plugged in because it doesn't have the yellow lights here. You see on the back of the one Super Ginrai comes with. If you look up most pictures of Super Ginrai on Google, these lights aren't lit up yellow. So that's also a plus. Same is true of Power Master Optimus Prime. I mean Optimus Prime in the comics. So like I said earlier, even on its own, MP60 remains a great figure. Even separate from Super Ginrai, you'd certainly get more bang for your buck with the Super Ginrai set. If you have that one, there's very little reason to pick up MP60. MP60 looks as great as the Power Baser cab. It's great articulation and good accessories. Whether you like MP60 or the Super Ginrai cab, comes down to which color scheme you prefer. The anime accurate one, the toy accurate one, because like I said, neither looks more like Optimus Prime than the other. One's got the silver stripe around the torso. The other has blue eyes and yellow around his belt. I hope you liked this video, And if you like some of my other videos, please subscribe to me. That's it for my review. Bye.